right, good morning, Nigeria. We're here for another special delivery of goodness. We have some fun, some entertainment, and so much more coming up.
Yeah,
right
it's
here.
Wake Up Nigeria, and this is where everything goes down every day from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Of course, today will not be an exception.
Of course.
Somebody's looking nice today.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. Yomi gave me a compliment.
What does that mean?
Wow.
What does that even mean?
What just, some
I
just
do that
happen right
every
now.
day.
I need to mark this day in my calendar. Well, thank you so much, Yomi.
You're welcome.
We're coming to you live from the studios of TVC Communications right here in Lagos.
Yeah, and of course you can be with us from anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
All you need is a device and internet connection.
We're streaming live on tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook, and you can look us up on TVC Connect. We need those comments, people. Put the hashtag in there, hashtag Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Titilayo Onyison.
And I'm Yomi Okpe. Now, for breakfast this morning,
Yeah.
it's Wednesday, so we like to keep things healthy. All that junk you ate throughout the long holiday.
Of course.
Where we want to start sorting it out for you.
Yeah, so from the So Fresh Neighborhood Market,
Yeah.
we have Modupe in the building.
Hey!
Hi.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's
And
great to
how's
have
it going?
Modupe here. All this
Thank you.
fruits
It's
for
good
me.
to be here.
So I can see
What?
grapes, bananas,
Yeah,
Pineapples.
apples.
that's plum.
So something's going to happen, obviously.
Some
really
lettuce.
good.
Something exciting.
Something looking good there.
All right, so straight, over the last few days, we'll be talking about the Kellogg's Easter Challenge.
Yes, indeed.
And it's still on, and it ends today.
So
apparently, at 2 p.m.
with the hashtag Kellogg's Easter Challenge, you could be one of those, well, one of the heads of those families.
Yeah, so
that
Kellogg's
are
is,
winning from Kellogg's.
Yeah,
this
so
week.
gifting this Easter season, Kellogg's is going to be gifting 1 whole month's supply of
Yeah.
Kellogg's cornflakes and Kellogg's Cocoa Pops.
So whenever Yomi says it, it sounds very 1 month supply.
Very newsy.
1 month supply of Kellogg's cornflakes and Cocoa Pops. Don't you understand what that means?
So
That
that's
means
like
that,
boxes upon boxes,
like,
depending on how large your
I
family
don't even,
is.
honestly, 1 month supply. It's not, you're being too mellow.
I'm being too mellow about it.
Yes,
So
too
1
calm.
month supply of,
Eh. You're
Of
still kind of
Kellogg's.
mellow.
of Kellogg's Cocoa Pops and Kellogg's cornflakes.
Let's tell them
for
how
10
to
families.
win. Let's tell them
Right.
how to win. Okay, so you still have a few more hours to go. Record a video of you and your family singing the Kellogg's song. Upload the video on Instagram using the hashtags Kellogg's Easter Challenge and Wake Up Nigeria. And of course, you need to CC and follow at TVC Connect.
Now, the third thing you need to do is to get your family and friends to like the video. Now, the top 10 videos with the highest likes
And views.
will be selected, and views
Yeah.
will be selected to participate in,
Well,
with a, you know,
yeah.
at
We'll be
breakfast
giving you
with
breakfast
Kellogg's.
first.
On Friday, that's this Friday, April 6th. So,
Then you get your boxes of Kellogg's.
yeah, and that closes
simple.
today.
Yeah.
Entries close today at 2 p.m. So that's really, really important. Don't forget that. So if you're going to do your recording, you have to do it this morning. Start now.
The kids are still at home, should be fun.
Yeah.
But let's tell everyone what else we're doing on the show today.
All right, so we'll be kicking off the show today with a discussion with Damilola Oluwatoyinbo on a very sensitive topic of men and chores in the house. I don't know why that's sensitive.
Well, it is sensitive.
I do my chores.
What chores do you do?
I'm
Yomi?
very domesticated. so-
Really? We'll be talking about this in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Don't worry. And then we'll be bringing you a musical performance from South African singer Longi Naidu.
All right, so there's going to be more music for you to feed your soul this morning. And we have Lawal or Lalikan or Lumo, popularly called Conga, joining us to give us another musical performance. And finally, we have Nollywood's Adini Johnson joining us for a chat.
And that's Ifeoma Okoye, Ife. She's an angel. Together we make the best couple because once there's love, nothing else. I mean, not even tribe matters.
Ọmọ Igbo, nínú lẹ́mi, over my dead body.
You know that thing works both ways.
Yeah.
But
Omo Igbo, it's actually also a case of Igbo people going, Yoruba, never.
you know, in the movies, I think they do make it seem a lot more dramatic than it actually is. Or am I right?
There's a lot of
Am I right?
intermarrying going on now. So
The movies are just
shocked.
very dramatic.
There are some parents to date who will not allow their child bring anybody from a certain tribe, even within their tribe, certain
ethnic
people.
group,
Yeah.
ethnic group. Let's be politically correct. yeah.
tribe.
Yeah, no, we're not tribal.
What's your tribe?
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of people that pronounce something wrong, it's actually Gonga. No, no, I had to because it's kind of like a branding thing.
Oh, yeah,
true,
yeah,
true.
so-
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah, exactly.
That's true.
But I still don't know, you know, I'm planning to ask the question why that name, you know, has stuck. Because I wouldn't think of that name for an artist. You know, it's not something I would pick.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering why over the years it's stuck, you know.
And you
and
know,
it's
talking
something you
about
remember.
names that have stuck, there is nobody who cannot say they haven't heard of Martin Luther King. And
Oh, yeah.
that's the junior though. And it's he actually died in 1968.
Yeah, 50 years ago.
Yeah, it was about 39 years old. And you know, the autopsy actually said his heart looked like a 60-year-old.
Wow.
I guess because of all the years, I think it was really active in
Yeah.
civil rights for about 13 years. So it kind of affected his heart.
And anyway, I mean, he died 50 years ago today,
Yeah.
and of course, globally, he's been marked as you know, a civil rights icon, someone who led the civil rights movement in America and really caused a lot of change. And
Well, you know-
for such a young person, it's
Yeah.
it's quite remarkable that he was able to achieve so much within a
Within
very
that short time of
It's so
of
interesting
his
that we
life.
actually have a picture of him in our studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, and well, it's not a picture, it's a painting.
The
It was
painting.
painted live on our outdoor set,
Yeah.
and we never really considered the fact that we would be celebrating it, you know, so soon after this picture came to the studio. But there is the iconic speech, the the "I Have a Dream" speech that
And
a
also
lot
big,
of people
big shout
use.
out to, it makes me remember Oyelowo, who of course played Luther in Selma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That match from Montgomery to Selma. And that, for me, that was a big one for, I mean, having a Nigerian play
Well, you know-
such an iconic
Yeah.
role.
Just like Winnie
was quite big.
Mandela and, you know, talking about issues like this, Martin Luther King's private life was something very dramatic as well. For someone who advocated for black rights, he wanted his wife to be a housewife. He refused to allow her participate actively
I
in
still think it was a
politics and
different
all.
time. It was just a different time, a different
But there were
mindset.
so many women already involved, black women especially.
Yeah.
So you find it like, you know, we're talking about an icon like Martin Luther King and you try to relate it with that fact. But hey, we're not in a politics show. We should go straight to
It's the headlines in the papers coming right up next.
All right, thanks so much, Mike, for that update.
you.
We're starting with the Daily Sun this morning and the headline, "As meeting with president ends in deadlock, APC governors fight over Oyegun. Fail to agree on leadership crisis as party chairman gives panel 4 days to submit report. Buhari begins annual leave in London, April 9th. Again, herdsmen attack Enugu community. We're investigating matter, says police. Knocks kudos for Obasanjo over attack on president. Ex-president up to mischief, says Kalu. He didn't say anything new, says the presidency. Gunmen invade Kogi police station, kill 2 policemen. Police rearrest escaped suspects to arraign Melaye, others May 10. Looters list, federal government has no case against us, says PDP. All on the cover of the Daily Sun.
On the cover of the Punch, it says, tenure elongation, Buhari APC governors meeting deadlocked. NWC members can work in acting capacity, says Akeredolu. NEC meeting not targeted at Tinubu, says Lalong. On Melaye, police arrest 6 persons for aiding suspects escape, on page 11. And big picture on the cover there. Farmers, herdsmen clashes. Buhari orders assessment of damage in Benue, others. And gunmen invade Kogi police station, kill 2 policemen. On the elections, INEC raises the alarm on budget delay. CDHR, others flame National Assembly. That's what we have on the cover of the Punch.
The Guardian leads with the headline, APC's tenure extension. Talks aired in deadlock. Buhari, Oshibajo governors meeting fails to reach truce. Fresh hope for economy as CBN's policy committee resumes meeting. Looters list is APC's bid to divert attention from misrule, says PDP. Obasanjo's verdict on Buhari has vindicated me, says Fayose. Governor Bello falls from moving vehicle, sustains injury. Shiites confirm attack on President Buhari. All on the cover of The Guardian. On the cover of The Nation newspaper, we have Buhari urges caution as APC governors split over Oyegun. Villa meeting inconclusive. Anxiety over predictable advisory panel. Nigeria adds $42.6 trillion new market bank assets. Ondo Assembly sacks council chiefs. Oil prices near $70 on lowering U.S. drilling. Melaye accusers get May 10th court date. It also says here police seize 188 guns, others in Lagos. And a state funeral for Winnie Mandela. More information about that on page 8. That's what we have on the cover of The Nation. Well, that's it for the newspaper headlines for now. The newspaper headlines are proudly supported by Dettol. Be 100% sure. All right. Mike is ready with our fitness instructor for this morning. And they're in the garden.
All right, thank you very much, Yomi. And of course, it's workout this Wednesday morning. Solo workout. We've got Benjamin with this very, very, very wonderful ball. How are you doing, Benjamin?
Very good.
Okay, so what are you doing with the ball this morning?
Well, I'm doing total body workouts, but we'll be placing much emphasis on the midsection, the abdominal muscles of the ball.
Okay, let's see what you have.
All right. So this is the exercise ball or the stability ball or the gym ball, you can call it. So you can use this ball to work the entire parts of your body, provided you know what you're doing. So we're starting with the lower body. So with the lower body, you can do lunges with it. So you place one foot you place one leg at the back. The ball wobbers, so you have to control the movements of the ball. So you lunge with it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You change the other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now for the upper part of the body, you will do what is called a push-up on the ball. Now you have to control the movements of the ball. So don't let the ball control you. So this is very tricky, and it places much demand on your abdominal muscles. So you're going this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now the next move on it, you can come down and just rest, or you can just incorporate this movement at the same time. So this movement is called piking. You're going this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, wow, 9, come on, and 10. Now that's why it's called the stability ball, because you have to maintain control of the ball while it tries to wobble. Now the next exercise is rolling with the ball. Roll out with the ball. You roll this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, if this seems so easy for you to do, there is an advanced version of it where you have to be in a plank position and try to control the ball. 1, 2. This places so much demand on your abdominal muscles. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Wow, I'm actually feeling my core muscles. So the next one you do, you can crunch on the ball, sit on the ball, sit on the ball. You try as much as you can to control the movements of the ball. Then you crunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can go as much as you can.
As much as you can, take it out.
Yes.
But while we were walking, I felt the strain. Like I could feel that there was quite strain on you while we were doing all of this. So this is quite something. How can one get this? Is it easily accessible?
Yeah, it's easily accessible. You can get that in ShopRite or in any of the
any
sports
major
shops here.
sports shop and all of that. Thank you very much. Okay, so as is the tradition on Wake Up Nigeria, you know how it is. The next place we have to head to is the kitchen. Let's check out what is going on right there.
You are welcome to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Another day and another opportunity for us to do what we like to do best right here in the kitchen, which is create magic. Well, manning the ship this morning is Chef Modupe.
Yes, good morning.
Sometimes
again.
I wonder if I should call you a chef, but you make food, so I guess that's fine.
Well, it's just a healthy meal combination, so I guess it works.
Yeah. So what are we making today?
Okay, so this morning we're making sandwich, and that's tuna and egg sandwich, and we're making exotic parfait.
You started with this, your exotic tuna and egg sandwich and
yes.
exotic parfait.
Parfait,
That
yes.
sounds French. Perfect.
Yes, it is.
Exotic perfect. Wow.
Perfect.
All right, let's go over the ingredients.
Okay, so this morning I have cabbage, I have cucumbers, eggs, tomatoes, lettuce,
Okay.
tuna.
That's for the sandwich.
That's for the sandwich. So that's the combination I'm going to put together for the sandwich.
Okay.
Different from the regular bread and butter, of course.
What about the...
Okay, so this is for the parfait.
Okay.
So I have mixed nuts, I have coconut flakes, eggs, and then a lot of fruits. So bananas, apples, grapes.
This is plum.
Yes.
That's blueberry.
And blueberries, yes.
What's in here?
Yes, the yogurt. This is what I'd be using to mix the coleslaw. So this is like a salad dressing.
Okay.
For the mix.
This looks like there's a lot in it. What's inside there?
Okay, it's a combination of different healthy ingredients for homemade salad dressing. So it's naturally made.
Is it possible to just get this from the store?
No.
So it's one of those secret ingredients that we have to come and buy. Okay. This is carrots, of course.
Yes.
And the bread. This is wheat
yes,
bread.
It's wheat bread.
On top of this healthy eating something.
Well, you need to ensure that you feed with the right ingredients.
Okay.
Okay,
so let's get started. I guess we'll start with the sandwich first.
Yes, that's what I'm starting with. So I'll be mixing the coleslaw for the sandwich. That's a combination of carrots
and
cabbage. My cabbage.
Okay.
Okay.
You know how these combinations are actually sold in small bags? I see it a lot in the market. I'm not sure how much it's sold, but you have carrots and cabbage
in
already,
the market,
already cut up for you, so you just buy it.
Yeah.
Many people have issues with the healthiness, though. But someone told me that you can always soak the cabbage and carrots in salt water. Is it true?
Well,
or sugar?
Well, I think that's just to help it get clean and healthy.
Okay. Let me get you a spoon. Okay, there's a spoon here, so you can
take a spoon.
Yeah, you can reduce it. Let me open it back.
I'll just put it on a different plate.
Okay.
So I think the salt water is just to help it get clean. Basically, it doesn't exactly have any health function for it. So just because it's fresh and you're buying it from the marketplace. Yeah. So you obviously want something that is healthy.
Yes.
And you want to ensure that it's properly clean.
Yes.
So that's one of the reasons.
Okay, so it's essential to do this mix. The mayo, if you like, put whatever you want to put inside, but create your coleslaw. Yes. You can't just put the carrots and the cabbage just like that.
Well, it just helps it to be more yummy.
Oh.
Yes, than just putting carrots in bread.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, what's the first thing?
I'm with my bread.
I'll let you stand here so it will be easier for you.
It works better for me.
Okay.
Okay, so I have my lettuce here and I've washed them and dried them properly. So I'm going to let it rest like a bed on the bread.
Okay.
Basically, just like that. And then I'm going to put my coleslaw on it.
Go ahead.
Yes. So.
All right.
Just the right quantity.
Okay. The right quantity.
Yes, just let it spread around.
Look at all that color. I have some people color in food.
Okay, and then just after that, I will be putting my tuna.
Oh, the tuna goes in first. I thought it was going to go on the eggs and everything else.
The eggs
go on top of it.
On top of it, yes. So to give it a proper balance. So I'm just going to put the tuna right on the coleslaw.
We're making tuna and egg sandwich right now.
Yes,
there's something else happening later. That's the exotic buffet, but for now, it's a tuna and egg sandwich. So if you want to do something exciting for your kids, especially during this break where many kids are on holiday, this is something really interesting that should catch their attention. And of course, excite their palate.
Yes, so I'm putting my cucumbers. You want it really flat so that it's easy to chew. Okay. You don't want something that people cannot chew. And then I'll just put my egg right on the tomatoes.
Okay.
Yeah, just to give it a proper holding.
The tomatoes hold the eggs? I heard
just to help the tomato, just so that the egg doesn't scatter and break off.
Okay.
So just like that. And then I
put this.
Fill it back with the bread.
So the sandwich is ready?
Yes, the sandwich is ready.
Just like that?
Yes, but now I need to, just to make it look good and enjoyable, different from the regular bread and butter.
Okay.
I'll just be trimming the edges.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my.
So just.
And then you walk into a store and you're told, only 3,000 naira. Well, it's time for a recess. We'll be right back with a performance for Lungi Naido. Stay with us. It's Wake Up Nigeria.
All right, it's great to have you back. We've got a performance from Lungi Naido, who is a South African musician from
Komapumulo
in KwaZulu-Natal.
Yes.
I pronounced that one quite well. Whose journey to success was long, of course, and tough. She did backup vocals for Loyiso Bala and the late great Lebo Mathosa. Did I get that?
Mathosa.
Mathosa.
Yes.
I need some more lessons on this. And of course, she has a wonderful career to look forward to. All right, so we're going to have a musical performance, right?
Right.
Take it away.
Thank you.
All right.
Every heartbeat, every noticing, go to the wall.
Okay, I was expecting the, what's that clap now? What's that? Where you raise up the leg and does it have a name?
Zulu traditional dance.
Okay, Zulu traditional dance.
Sina.
The Sina.
Yes.
Okay, I know that one. So definitely, before we go, you teach me one particular Zulu traditional dance. But then let's talk about your music. But before your music, you look very nice.
Thank you.
What inspired this this dress?
This
it's
dress
lovely, by the way.
It was made by a company called Urban Zulu in South Africa.
Okay.
So it was specially made for this trip.
Wow, this is quite cool. Now let's talk about your musical journey. Let's get some insight into how your musical journey has progressed.
Well, like most artists, I started in church. And then I moved from KwaZulu-Natal to Johannesburg to pursue this career because I've wanted to sing since I was little.
Okay.
I loved Brenda Fassie. She is a huge artist in South Africa.
Of course.
And I wanted
Around Africa.
Around
Come on,
Africa.
man.
So I wanted to be exactly like her. So I chased the dream, and today I am standing in Nigeria, and I could not feel more blessed.
This is cool. So now your songs. Now let's see. What inspires the lyrical content of your song? Is it personal experiences? Is it? Well, you started in a choir, so should I say there's some sort of deity involved in what you do? What inspires your songs? Your style of song?
My music is inspired by everything that I go through, and sometimes things that I see that are happening in the world. My ups, my downs, being in love, being out of love, heartbrokenness, everyday things. So.
How do you deal with heartbreak? Just off the record, how do you deal with heartbreak?
I'll let you know when I figure it out myself.
Okay, we might have to get it's still quite positive there. All right, but then your music is now, of course, you're now singing in Nigeria. How far do you expect to take this?
My dream is to one day stand on an international stage and have the announcers say, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Lungunaidu all the way from Africa.
Oh,
so
great.
that's the dream.
You know, I know a number of people say Grammys and all of that. Is that part of yours?
Those are accolades where it almost feels like, you know, when you go to varsity and you pass. For me, awards are the music industry applauding you for your work.
For what you've done.
All the work that you've done.
Okay, how's the Nigerian market taken your music? How's the response been to your music?
Absolutely amazing. I'm actually
Tell me
surprised.
about it. Tell me about it.
At first, my music started playing on radio while I was in South Africa, and I'd get tweets saying, now playing on Kiss FM, on Cool FM.
Wow.
Yeah. And
you do have a lovely voice, by the way, and for us, that counts. That counts. So, yeah, that's quite something. That's quite something.
Thank you very much.
All right, so we're looking forward to, but before you go, I said you would teach me one traditional South African dance. So, which one are you going to teach me now?
I am half Indian and half Zulu, so I'm not so much.
Okay, let's do one Indian dance. You have to teach me something.
All right.
If it's Indian or it's South African, there's something you have to teach me.
So this is your 2 fingers, right?
2 fingers, not
right.
Okay.
And then you cross, cross. And then put your feet together.
Put my feet together.
Yeah, and then you go.
Wow.
That's an Indian dance. And then this as well.
Do you know the shaku shaku?
No.
I would
teach me the shaku shaku.
We just have to. It's just very simple. Like as though you're playing football. You know, you like football. Do you?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
All right, but then we have to move now. I'll do that behind set. It was wonderful talking to you.
Thank you very much.
All right, so let's head to the kitchen. Of course, Mary's on standby. How far have you guys gone?
We've gone as far as you learning the shaku shaku all over again, or is it teaching it? Which one? Well, you're welcome to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. And I still have Chef Modupe with me. As it is, we've made a couple of sandwiches as right here. Looks really nice, doesn't it? And yummy
and
too.
Very healthy.
Yeah, very healthy. Okay, so now we're going to be making the exotic parfait. Okay, so...
okay, so
go ahead.
The exotic parfait is just a simple combination of fruits and yogurt. So I'll just get my knife. Here, fruits. Yes.
And yogurt.
And yogurt. So for today, I'll be using grapes, apples. I have all this washed already, and then banana. So I'll just slice them into smaller bits. Okay. Yes. So I'm using red apples.
Okay.
Yes. So it's just basically having your fruits in
Let's
smaller
take it out
bits.
so that everyone can see what you're doing for now. Then we arrange them.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you leaving those out deliberately?
The apples?
Yeah, or you're still going to make use of them?
Well, I would use just half the apple in one cup. Okay.
So half an apple in each cup?
Yes, in each cup.
Okay.
Yes. You just want it to be as healthy as possible, so my grapes.
10 grapes in each cup.
Well, it's you can have your grapes to your desire.
Okay, so it can be like almost all the grapes.
Oh, definitely not. You don't want to have it.
You said to my desire. See?
You don't want to have too much. Okay, so I'm going to use my grapes as the base, just the base of the yogurt.
Like pebbles, more like? Something
like that. So.
Okay.
Just like that. And then I'll be using my yogurt. I need to get my cup.
Your cup. To measure it?
Yes, to just make sure that it's
Exotic parfait, that's what it's called. So you have your apples all cut up and of course grapes in the cup.
Yes.
Now we put in the yogurt. There you go.
Just to have good measurement.
This is sweetened or unsweetened?
It's sweetened yogurt already, yes. Okay. But then it's not the regular yogurt.
So it's irregular?
Well, it's a lot healthier. It's low-fat sweetened yogurt, so it helps to aid digestion and all of that.
Okay.
So you can once you're having it with fruits, it helps. So
despite it being sweetened, it's actually healthy.
It's actually very healthy, yes.
Okay.
So then I'm going to put my apples right there.
Okay.
So you can just... the beauty about parfait is actually the arrangements, the way it looks in the cup.
Okay.
So it makes it attractive to take. Okay, so after this, I have a combination of nuts, different nuts, so mixed nuts. So I'm going to just put this there. So this has coconut flakes, it has cashew nut, and so many other things together. So, so that's that. And then I would
more yogurt?
Yes, more yogurt.
Are you putting in this?
Well, I mixed it here already. So that's coconut flakes, and it's here already. So.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just top it up with my yogurt again.
Oh my goodness. You're sure this is healthy?
Yes, it is very healthy.
This looks too yummy to be healthy.
Oh, it is.
Because you're putting blueberries again.
Yes, it's like I said, it's a combination of fruits and yogurt. So I have more fruits in it. So I'm just going to top this up like this.
With more nuts?
With more nuts, and then blueberries goes right here. Okay, so, and that is my exotic cup of parfait.
And this is healthy.
Yes,
you know, I keep asking you just to be sure. Like
it is healthy. The yogurt is low fat. It's sweetened low fat yogurt, and it aids digestion. So like you can have it, and the fruit also helps. So there are a lot of they have a lot of nutritional values in it. So you can have it any time of the day, morning.
So just fancy having this together today.
Yes, yes, and that's a beautiful combination.
Nice, isn't it? Well, let's take a quick break. You stay with us. We'll be right back to talk about men getting involved in house chores. I'm very interested in this one. Damilola Oluwatoyinbo will enlighten us on that. Stay with us.
All right, welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Now, in the society that we live in, Nigeria, domestic roles are cast, and they seem to be kind of rigid. And well, while the women folk are taking on more and more responsibilities in a bid to make sure that the home front runs smoothly, the men folk might not be catching up as fast as we want. Right, ladies? Joining us to talk about whether men should or should not do chores around the house is Damilola Oluwatoyinbo. He's a life coach and so much more. Welcome back to the studio.
Thank you very much, Titi. It's good to be here.
Right, so it's hashtag Ask Dami.
Yep.
This is a relationship issue. A lot of relationships find this particular topic, you know, tense. Touchy. Yeah, touchy. So I'm just going to ask the question. Should men do chores? let's talk to the married men now.
Okay.
Let's start from the married men. Husbands, yes. Should they do more chores?
Okay, so the question is, do men eat?
Yeah, of course they eat.
Yeah, do men walk around the house without stumbling?
Yes, they find their way around the house.
Yeah, so I think that all of us have a responsibility. Everywhere there's some kind of benefit that we derive, we need to also be responsible. So if you eat, I think maybe you should clean up the dishes or get somebody to do it. Yeah, if you walk around the house without stumbling, maybe you could sweep the floor every now and again or get somebody to do it. When I say somebody, not your wife.
Okay.
Like you pay somebody to do it.
Okay.
Because I believe that marriage is not, you know, the man dominating the woman.
Okay.
There's equality, shared roles, shared responsibilities. Now, having said that, I also understand the context in which most of us function, which is a cultural context.
Okay.
But if you're going to bring culture into your domestic environment, then you're going to set up a war zone.
Okay.
Because the question becomes...
So what is the actual culture? The culture, let's kind of define it.
Yeah.
The culture is...
I think that in much of Africa, not all of Africa, much of Africa, men think, you know what, I go out and I hunt. Okay. You know, maybe dating back to the primitive days, I go out, I hunt, I go cultivate the farm, I bring the food in, the woman peels the yam, pounds the yam, whatever kind of food it is. Yeah. And so I think back then it was a way of delineating responsibilities. Okay. I'm the guy out there sweating it out, you're the person in the house cleaning up the mess and getting things ready. So I think typically every other thing has fitted into that over the past couple of years.
But things have changed.
Absolutely.
Now, a lot more women are going out there doing not just 9 to 5, like 9 to 9 jobs now.
Yes, and more.
And more. So does that mean that the culture doesn't that mean that the culture should also change?
Yeah, I think culture is also progressive. Like what used to be doesn't always have to be if we're going to go where we're going. Okay. So now we have more women who are working. In fact, in some cases, the women are now the breadwinners. Okay. But even if the man is the breadwinner, the woman has to butter the bread, or if you want sliced bread or whatever, somebody is still doing some work on the back end of what you're doing. And I think there are at least 3 major reasons why men should support their wives. Okay. You know, number one is that if your wife is happy, your life will be happy. Okay. So happy wife, happy life. If your wife is sad, your life might be mad. You know, if she stands all the time and agitated, you can't enjoy your sex life, you know, because she's bringing the tension to bed. You can't enjoy counsel from her because she's not even thinking straight. You know, sometimes she's moving in slow motion because she's got a lot of stuff on her. Number 2 is I think that it's an opportunity for people to bond. Okay. You know, that emotional connection, like, I got you, babe, not just in terms of the lyrics and the songs, but like, okay, we're hands-on. I think number 3 is also for you to have an appreciation of what she actually goes through, and it cultivates empathy.
All right.
Yeah.
Empathy.
Yeah.
Okay, so pity me now. I've had pity me now. Can't you just help me pick up the toys?
Yes.
I've said that a few times.
Okay. I've heard
sorry,
my wife
baby.
say that.
I've said that a few times. So the issue now is, what are the chores that you believe, like you as a man now, you would volunteer to do?
All right. So let me be honest. National TV, I hate chores.
But nobody likes chores.
That's exactly what someone said.
Nobody, neither the men or the women like chores.
So I agree. I hate chores. But there are some basic things I try to do. Okay. Now, because I hate chores, let me tell you what I've done. I do my best to pay people to do the different things. So generally, we have a house help or house cleaner. Okay. Generally, we have a security person who turns and does the changing over, who buys the fuel and all of that. Yeah. Get a housekeeper who does this and that. Now, some people might not be able to afford that. Of course. So at the times where I couldn't afford it, or the times where, you know, there was some kind of lapse in the domestic front, I would ask my wife and say, okay, if there's anything you want me to do, please just call me. Okay. And I think I hardly turn her down. Like if she says, oh, please help me with the dishes, or please help me sweep that, or please help me pick that up. Okay. I think 9 out of 10 times, maybe she's watching right now. I think 9 out of 10 times I'm like, okay, no problem, babe. I might not do it immediately, like singing and dancing, but I recalibrate my mind and go like, okay, you've got to do this thing.
Why?
She's not a slave.
Why do you believe you have to do it?
Because I love her. Okay. And when we love people, we're willing to share our resources with them. Okay. We're willing to participate in their experiences and their journey. And the more we do that, the deeper the love actually grows. So I think that also for men, don't see it as, you know what, I need to do this to
just pacify.
To score points.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
But it's also part of the relationship enrichment process.
Okay. Yeah. I like that. Is that a phrase? What was it? Just relationship enrichment process.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of tension probably in most relationships for different reasons.
Yes.
Do you think a lot of this tension could be removed if men contributed more?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I mentioned earlier, a key thing in relationships is empathy.
Okay.
Knowing where the person is, standing where they are, seeing what they see, feeling how they feel. And if all you do, if you're just that remote control guy who's on the sofa and just watching EPL and stuff like that, and then your wife is like sweating and pouring sweat even into the food you're going to eat and all, you don't know what it feels like to have worked 9 to 5 and then have 2 or 3 kids who are running around the house, running out crazy. And so because you don't know what it feels like, even when you guys have an argument, you can become so insensitive and so calloused in your expressions. But if you had a bit more empathy, like you really know what it feels like, the strain, maybe you speak a little less, maybe you be more compassionate, maybe you preempt her issues a lot more, maybe you'll be better predisposed to hearing her out. And I think that all of those intangible elements are actually ingredients, like the ingredients that they have there, in making the soup of your marriage tastier, if you will.
Okay. There are a lot of things you're spinning in place here, but from the relationship angle, I'm thinking about the women now, because there has been that whole notion, well, I've heard it before from a guy that, oh, if I start sweeping the floor, you know, exactly that, won't you start talking to me anyhow? You know, won't she start disrespecting me if I start doing this and doing that? Yeah. So that issue of respect, is it, you know, something that men might feel disrespected by? Oh,
that's a very fair point. I think that some people have been convinced that, you know what, you don't cook, you don't sweep the floor, you don't do the dishes.
That is beneath them, I guess.
Yeah, beneath them. But I think that generally in leadership, if service is beneath you, then leadership is beyond you. And that a critical part of leading your home is actually also serving by example. So let me mention this. Again, marriages are different, cultures are different, environments are different. Can you have a conversation and lay everything bare and say, okay, these are my concerns about this. I also work hard on the job as a man. I bring in the bill, and this is how I see it. And then let the lady also say, the woman also say, okay, this is how I see it. And if you can help me with maybe 3 out of 10 things, you know, I'll be excited. And then you guys reach sort of like a compromise. So that it's not a function of you must do this, and if you're not doing this, then you're not getting this. It's not supposed to be a business transaction. It's an ongoing, organic relationship, which could be predicated on effective communication.
I don't even know where to go on this topic next, except the issue of trusting other parties with some duties. Like, for instance, now, I don't trust myself I know how to change a light bulb, but I don't trust myself to change a light bulb.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like there's some particular things that it's the man that's supposed to do it. I don't know. I just feel like the generator thing, it's not really me that's supposed to do it. I can, but I don't think it's suited to me. Yeah. So,
but you know, like say that what
changing
a
diaper now, it's something that has to be done. But some men might not feel comfortable doing it. Yeah. So finding that balance is also a big question.
Yeah. But you ladies usually say that what a man can do, women can do better.
Are you sure about that?
Except when it comes to changing the tires and the generators and all of that. But let me mention this. I think that one of the things that could help everybody who's watching right now is this. Can you have a real, authentic, open-hearted, sincere, progressive conversation? Okay. Where you say, okay, these are your competences. For example, if in my home, if I had to do the cooking, maybe nobody's going to eat. Not like I can't cook, but 7 out of 10 times, I have to burn the food for me to know I've actually cooked it. Okay. Yeah, so if we're insisting on division of labor, it's going to be tough. But on shared responsibilities, regardless, it's going to be tough. But if it's division of labor based on what you're good at, based on what I'm good at, and then we're able to find a middle point, I think we can make some progress in our marriages.
And on that amazing note, we have to wrap up this conversation, but I think we should continue on social media. Please tweet to us. What sort of chores are you good at, and should the men in your life be doing more of them? Make sure you use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria and, of course, tag us at TVC Connect. We have to go on a break right now. Wake Up Nigeria continues shortly.
Easter season with boxes, like boxes upon boxes of Kellogg's cornflakes and Kellogg's Cocoa Pops for a whole month. So a whole month supply of Kellogg's Cocoa Pops and cornflakes for your family.
So it's called the Kellogg's Easter Challenge, and with the hashtag Kellogg's Easter Challenge, really, you can win. Record a video of your family singing the Kellogg's song. Very important.
And then secondly, upload that video on Instagram. It could be 30 seconds, 45 seconds. It could even be 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Just singing that
Kellogg's song
from the advert.
So more importantly, make sure you use the hashtags Kellogg's Easter Challenge, Wake Up Nigeria, and of course CC and follow at TVC Connect.
All right. And then next, what you need to do is get your friends and your family to like the video. And the top 20 or the top 10 videos with the highest likes and most views will have breakfast with Kellogg's this Friday. That's this Friday, in 2 days.
Yes, indeed.
Right here. And of course
collect their boxes.
Your boxes, your whole month supply.
As in, 1 month supply.
Reminds me of that scripture.
What?
The cruise of oil will never fail.
Okay, yummy.
Anyway, submissions of entries end today by 2 p.m. 2 p.m. So make sure that that video goes out today and get your friends to like it.
So what else do we have on the show? Yes, we have a performance for you from Lawal Olalekan Olumo, a.k.a. Konga.
And finally, we have Nollywood's Adeni Johnson joining us for a chat.
And that's Ifeoma Okoye, Ife. She's an angel. Together we make the best couple because once there's love, nothing else. I mean, not even tribe matters.
Oh my Igbo! Never let me! Over my dead body! I like the way it matters. I like the way the screen froze there. Just that look on his face, epic.
Yeah. So I mean, coming from what we just saw and your discussion with Ask Dami.
Yeah.
We're talking about tradition.
Yeah, tradition.
Tradition,
culture.
you know, is always a big issue, you know, within our various homes growing up and all of that. But that is changing because of globalization and a number of other things. But so there are some people that are still stuck in tradition, really.
I find it's an issue for some people to say, oh, modernization says, but in some areas they go, no, it has to be tradition. And I feel it's just being selfish. You want women to do certain things, but you are not ready to do certain things. You want men to do certain things, but you are not ready to do certain things. And then you tell yourself that because it's modernization, you want them to do it this way. I think it's very selfish.
So I just feel like you should have your own personal
It depends on the couple.
On things.
Yeah.
And of course have this conversation before you even get married in the first place.
Yeah.
And just know what you're getting into. Because
which conversation?
The conversation of
he wants to
there's
learn.
So many different conversations you need to have before you get married.
Yeah.
Just so the list is like endless.
Because people make a lot of assumptions, actually.
Yeah.
So you just assume that I want 3 kids.
Yeah.
And you also just assume that I'm going to be providing for everything. And I'm never going to ask you for help and stuff like that. So you have those kinds of challenges and then, after people get married. So.
And then some just assume that, he knows how to make the bed now. Maybe he went to military school. Make the bed now. And they just refuse. So it's just a case of figuring out what you are good at. And you know, maybe honing in. I'm wondering what Mike does as his favorite chore. Really? Do you do chores?
He has to do everything.
No, really. Mike is silent.
I do. I don't so enjoy. I think ironing, yeah.
Ironing?
If there's a nice ironing table. Because growing up,
my
dad used to have like 2 or 3 ironing tables. I'm talking about proper ones. The ones where if you want to,
make you iron them.
Not like if you want to iron a shirt or maybe a native, you know that can take you put it under and then you take it up. The ones that have, you can adjust, take it up to different heights. The correct ironing table when it's there and everything is set, and then you have stash and all that.
Ironing is the way.
You know, earlier we were talking about this inter-tribal marriages. You know, that actually affected Martin Luther King as well. Since we're still talking about him. He actually was in love with a white girl. Her mom was a cook. He wanted to marry her. Like, he really, really wanted to marry her. But one, his mom was against the marriage. She didn't want him getting married to any white girl. And 2, he was advised that, you know, if you want to be a pastor in the South, you need to think very well. Like, nobody wants to see a white woman next to their pastor, as at that time. So I dare say that racism and tribalism and all has always been...
I also heard that that affected Barack Obama as well at some point when he was dating a white girl. And, you know, they advised him that because of the future that he was envisioning for himself, he wanted to be a senator at the time. And they were like, look, this thing is not going to work.
And it's affected
from where you're from, the blacks are not going to vote for you because you're married to a white person.
So in the end, tradition, culture does follow people through their, you know, their path through life. And it's something to consider, even though we can't make it the whole basis for our decision making.
True.
Let's start with the headline, shall we? On the Nigerian Tribune, it says, Jumbo Pay, NAS plans to open books in June to invite 2 people from each of the 469 constituencies nationwide. Adebanjo made me governor, taught me rebellion, says Tinubu, as he and Yoku agree on restructuring agenda. It also says here on tenure elongation, Lalong, El-Rufai, Akeredolu, others to advise APC leadership. APC governors keep mum after meeting with Buhari. Yahaya Bello attends on crutches. Finally, $350 million loan, 15 reps from Kaduna back governor. That's what we have on the cover of the Tribune.
All right, and then the Punch has the headline, tenure elongation, Buhari APC governors meeting deadlocked. NWC members can work in acting capacity, says Akeredolu. NEC meeting not targeted at Tinubu, Lalong. Kogi governor trips, falls off his car, injures left foot. Federal government, World Bank discuss new lending framework. Obasanjo not qualified to accuse anybody of corruption, says Adebanjo. Melaye, police arrest 6 persons for aiding suspects escape. Farmers, herdsmen clashes, Buhari orders assessment of damage in Benue, others. And finally, gunmen invade Kogi police station, kill 2 cops, all on the cover of The Punch.
On the cover of The Guardian, it says APC's tenure extension talks end in deadlock. Buhari or Shimbajo governors meeting fails to reach truce. As the beginnings of a feature there on the cover. It also says here, looters list is APC's bid to divert attention from misrule, says PDP. Obasanjo's verdict on Buhari has vindicated me, says Fayoshe. Governor Bello fails from moving, or rather falls from moving vehicle. Apologies for that. Sustains an injury, and Shiites confirm attack on President Buhari. That's what we have on the cover of The Guardian.
Well, that's it for the newspaper headlines for this Wednesday morning.
The newspaper headlines are proudly supported by Dettol. Be 100% sure.
All right, we're off now for a quick break, and we'll be right back with a performance from Conga.
All right, welcome back. I have quite an exciting guest in the house. Now, in 2003, Lawal Olalekun Olumo treated us to the street banger Conga, and the name stuck with him since then. That's your name, that's it. Right now, he has worked with notable artists both home and abroad, with, of course, releases made during his musical career. So, he's here to perform for us this morning, right? We're good, and then after that, we'll have a short chat.
Yep.
That thing should not break your glasses.
No shaking.
Okay, take it away.
Let's go.
AR Entertainment, baby.
Ọjà ẹ ṣá bro. Ọjà ẹ ṣá bro pa. Wá ṣeré fún mi jẹ. Yàrá ṣó ṣàbàbà. Ṣó múnádókò. Ṣó ṣànọ́ṣà. Ṣó lálẹ́ wù. Ṣó ṣàbàbà. Ṣó múnádókò. Ṣó ṣànọ́ṣà. Ṣó lálẹ́ wù. Bóyá gbé súnmọ́. Òkèlè. Kúbẹ̀lẹ̀ kàlẹ́. Kúm. Símọ̀. Òkèlè. Símọ̀ lànà wáyé kúkúmbà. Sílẹ̀. Òkèlè. Ó ti yá. Àríyáyá ti yá. Ó ti yá. Àríyáyá ti yá. Ó ti yá. Àríyáyá ti yá. ọmọ tó bá west ló máa bá mi lọlé. Ọmọ tó bá gbọ́n ló máa bá mi relé. Baby má jẹ́ kó wọlé, bá mi mú jọ. Lóyá fún mi lọ́wọ́lẹ̀, bóyá sojú. Fún mi jọ, ṣàkúṣàkú, ijó ṣàkúṣàkú jọ. Jẹgbẹjẹ mẹ́ra ga wọ́n mọ jẹgbẹjẹ wá. Ṣàbàbà, ṣòmúnádókò, ṣòṣànọ́ṣà, ṣòlálẹ̀ ṣòṣàbàbà, ṣòmúnádókò, ṣòṣànọ́ṣà, ṣòlálẹ̀. Bóyá tó súnmọ́, òkè rẹ̀, kúbẹ̀rẹ̀ kẹ́lẹ́. Okele, sima la mawanya kukuba. Chao, okele. Osha proper, osha propro. Ijo shaku shaku re ki shazoto. Ele tamasu, chi. Inda yo boko se ti shoki jokoto. Were wande boto woni koko. Àwọn mo secretary want them ascend. One wa Ferrari, one la chukubu. She no dey smoke, but she like loud. Nínú shisha. What's the point? Kini yato, be go ga tisha. And when me say kede, I want me one risha. Let's go! International locally, Ferragamo Bugatti, Apanchaye Pigali, oh my, Jabe Shadadi. Shosha Brabra, Shomunodoko, Shosha Nosha, Ulale, Shosha Brabra, Shomunodoko, Shosha Nosha, Ulale, okay, 1 minute easy, kum kum, sima, okay. Sima la mawanya kukumba, file, chao, okele. Otiya, ariya ya tiya, otiya, ariya ya tiya, chao, otiya, ariya ya tiya. Kum kum, sha 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 bra bra, sha 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 bro bro, sha 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 blim blim, sha 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 blim blim, sha 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 conga, sha sha sha.
Okay, I thought the music was still going on. I don't know if you're conga. You just did when you did. Nice one. Now let's talk about the dynamics of the music industry. It's been a long while since Conga, and then this is a major hit. By the way, when I did the remix for this song.
The remix for this song, all right, anytime soon. Watch out for it, no time.
There's my producer here, DBC. You have to use that as a video vixen. She shall be dancing here. You need to get out the mix of that song. But then let's get back to what we're talking about. Yeah. Now, the dynamics of the music industry now, since 2003 now, it's been quite a long while. Yeah. And then this is another hit. How does one, I don't want to use the word comeback, but how does one stay relevant in the music industry as it is in Nigeria?
To be honest with you, it's not easy because the music changes. I mean, every time, every season. It's not a new thing to me because this what is happening right now in the industry right now is like a vision of what I've foreseen. Like, I foresee the industry. I mean, like where like for example, before there used to be a Azonto dance, there used to be Shoki dance, and the way the shaku shaku go viral everywhere. So I'm happy. The street is actually we're actually doing Nigeria street music. Yeah, that's what's up. So yeah. All right. This is from me to my fans.
I love the video. Let's talk about this video. It was very, it had the street vibe. I mean, see the feel all of that. What's the inspiration behind the video? Who shot the video, and how was it putting together the idea for the video?
Okay, the inspiration behind the video is actually I've been having a lot of calls from my fans like, oh, Conga, what's up? Yeah. We need you back. We wanted to do something hard, like usual. So I had to go back to the studio and spice up the Osha Proper. And the video is actually directed by Aki Alabi. Oh, great. The great Aki Alabi himself. He was actually the one that shot Kaba Kaba. Yeah, sure. Yeah, and my other videos. And wow, big up shout out to AR, my brand new management team, for bringing out the brand new Conga and the rebrand and everything.
Let's talk about management. How important is management in the lives of artists? Because now we've seen a lot of artists fighting with record labels. It has always been an issue. Record labels and artists, and then management and all of that. Some people tell that, okay, it was my management that really messed up my career up until this point. How important is management in an artist's life?
Trust me, that the management has a whole lot. It's like the foundation, the pillar of an artist. trust me, you need to listen to your management. I mean, your manager or your management, because they foresee what you don't see. Trust me, as an artist, they have to do all the groundworks and everything for you. For them to work easily, you as an artist, you need to give them the freelance to make sure they are working on a smooth platform. So another way, another point to that is, it's luck. You might be lucky to get some management who have your best interest in mind, and some are just after their pocket. You know, it's like that. But if you get the right management that think for you and do also for you, and also to just make you, so I mean, just put in your best, and everything will just work.
I love your vibes. I love your vibes, Konga. So let's. What should your fans look forward to? I mean, after such a hit like this, we expect back to back.
No.
We expect back
You know
to
what? I'm happy to say this. I mean, like, okay, you know what? Africa, Nigeria, my people, I'm happy to say this. After this one, I see the hot. No time to check time.
No time to check time.
I'm dropping another bang, back to back. Oja is coming up. Coming for you is coming up. Nah, check me. Okay, what do you think I sound like on an R&B sound?
Okay, I would. I didn't feature anybody, or it's just you.
Just me, man.
Give us a feel. Give us a feel of the R&B. Let's just a little feel. Just a little feel.
Don't make me. Why do this right? Okay. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. Oh, Mori mi woo. You should be mine, 'cause you blow my mind. Oh, don't steal it, oh.
Wait, R&B, okay. Would we say, because a number of people, after a while, they tend to go back to their original roots. Have you ever had R&B in you from time, or it's something that you want to develop?
From time, no. From time, I have different vibe. I have a lot of vibe burning in me, like a country music. I have a lot to give to Nigerians, but trust me, this season is more interesting. I have, like, imagine me on rock.
I can't wait for all of that. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to all of that. All right, so we're still here in the house. We'll get to see him later in the kitchen, but then we'll go on a break right now. And when we get back, we'll get to meet one of our and your favorite actors, Adeniyi Johnson.
Welcome back. So Adeniyi Johnson is a Nigerian actor. He's a model and a media consultant. We already started having an argument about who's taller.
He came into prominence after his role in the series Tinsel, and has gone on after that to accomplish so much more in the Nigerian movie industry.
All right, he's joining us this morning to talk about the stuff that he's been up to.
Yes, indeed.
And buying amala for $14
jeez.
in the US.
How are we going to start with that? Okay, yeah.
So tell us about that story.
Yeah.
I was saying, I was saying offline, off air, I was saying I went to America. So, you know, being an African man, I can't form. So I wanted Nigerian food. So I discovered this Amala zone. So every moment I get there, I do this Insta story.
Okay.
Like, people in Houston, I'm in Amala zone, the woman stopped collecting money from me.
The
moment I'm there, fans just come in and buy Amala. So a bowl of Amala for $14, and that saved me a whole lot.
Oh, more. But what do you think about it?
I almost started eating Amala 3 times a day.
Wow.
It's free.
But it's so amazing, you know, when you go outside the country and you find people in, you know, your field or from your country, you know, they feel like they belong.
You feel it. Yeah, you hear people speak your language, like, and you feel like, man, I'm at home. So at some point, I went to a salon. I forgot I'm in America. I met Edo people, Yoruba. We were just interacting and talking about Nigeria. And wasn't I stepped out, okay, Yankee Lawa.
Or you feel the weather.
This is cold. Unlike our...
I was going to ask, you know, about how, you know, acting and movies started for you from the beginning. Do you remember your very first role?
Yeah, sure, I do. I started over a decade ago.
Okay.
The very first location that I faced the camera, I went as a PA, production assistant. So, I wanted to act. There's a lot of funny story around me. Then you don't have the costume. I used my mom's headgear to sew top. And,
wow.
I remember I got a role sometimes ago to play a governor's son. So I went with my mother's headgear, all those Ankara. My mom used to tell me in Yoruba, Ankara Oyebiye means these are quite expensive Ankara.
Yeah.
So I sold one with shoulder pads. So I got to the location. So the director said, okay, go and change your costume. So I went to look for the most colorful one, the one with big shoulder pad. And I put it on and I came inside. I was like, your costume? I said, yes.
Wow.
And the director was like, governor's son. The only thing I didn't say was, Oyebiye. I fought not saying that to my director. So he just told me, don't worry. Do you know what? We can't shoot your scene now. The weather is too harsh. We'll shoot it tomorrow.
Okay.
He told me to go. I had to go. And I was like, with my Ankara again, like, you know. Yeah. So I started about a decade ago. I went as a PA. So the guy that was to play the role, actually, I think he had 2 jobs. So went for a soap opera. So it was not available. And I fell into the age range. So they did audition for us, open audition at the location. There were over 300 people in the village.
Wow.
So they formed a big circle. Wow. So I went as a PA, so I had nothing to lose. If I didn't get the role, man, I'll still keep packing my cable and doing other stuff now. But the other guy came as an actor. So they said, who's going first? I said, hi. Because I had nothing to lose. I went, I did my best. I was crying during the audition. I saw myself shedding tears. Like, so the guy was like, no, I give up. You can play the role. So
wow.
That's how I won the role. So, Diamond Art by Ray Austin and Lechino. Yeah, that was the guy who trained me actually in acting.
And over the years, you know, you've just grown in the talent and you've focused on acting as well.
Thanks to God and media.
So I'm thinking, why the switch to Yoruba movies along the line?
I didn't switch.
You switch?
No,
They switched you.
They switched?
I'm doing it too. Actually, it's interwoven. I'm doing both. Actually, Yoruba film started for me about 11 years ago. Yeah. There's this soap I went for, Girls Next Door. We have Bookie Wright on set, and other actors, Safaya Obi, and a whole lot of actresses on the soap. So I went there, and I was an English soap actually. So my dad called. So I was speaking Yoruba to him like, and the production manager heard me and said, are you Yoruba man? I said, yes. You're going to do Yoruba film? I said, no, I'm not doing Yoruba film. No, you are playing the doctor. I said, it doesn't matter the role. I don't want Yoruba film. We all wanted to be Desmond Elliot. Boy. So we didn't know God has a different plan for people. So it was to start on Sunday. As at Friday, he was still calling me. You go and collect your script. I said, guy, I know they do Yoruba film. So I spoke to a few, but they were like, give me the tryout. So I went, and thank God for where we are now. He brought me into Yoruba film. My first Yoruba film was over 11 years ago. Motaka Oshidano. That's the title of the film.
Yeah. Wow. It feels like such a journey.
Yeah.
You know, and
just different, and dynamism as well. You know, all of that coming together.
I'm thinking we have a clip or two for you to see of him in action.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bring a good deal for us, you know. Once I'm done, I'll let you know too. I'm thinking, but no, we have already existing customers who are very, very loyal and consistent. So
the only reason why those guys are loyal is because year in, year out, we've provided great content and breaking news. Besides, we have the highest number of amazing followers. You know what? It's our readers who deserve the credit, not all these advertisers.
Now what to you? Now real what to you?
But it's a fact now. Have you forgotten how long it took us to get one advert on the site? These same companies that are running after us now, they didn't believe in me or in the blog.
If not for these guys, I'm still going to be in business. Oh boy, now serious or who? I want to survive. You go that packing shit. See this guy, you know what I tire me sometimes. See you, they laugh now. They squeeze face, they do that I don't know before. Mama begin move now. No, this is weekend. We have a lot of uploading, downloading, you know, logging in and logging in. Now what they do now?
DK, go and marry.
Is it waiting?
Go and marry.
The number you have dialed is not reachable. Maybe you should try like 2068. Marry. When I'm still doing exploit for the Lord. Yeah, I'll see you on Monday.
Nice. That's from the blogger's wife, right?
Yeah.
So speaking of go and marry, I can see a wedding ring on your finger.
I was expecting that. Okay. Okay.
And it's shiny.
Yes,
it looks
very brand new.
It looks very new.
Okay.
So tell us the story behind that wedding ring.
It's a costume. You know, at some point as a driver, you have an accident or it doesn't mean you're not going to drive again. So I crashed and I'm up again. So that's about it.
So you have to break this down. Where was this accident? On which street? In which vehicle? Who owns this particular ring?
This one is my own. I'm the one wearing it. I'm the one wearing it. I'm the wearing.
Who wore it?
I'm the wearing.
Who wore it first?
Who wait for you?
For me? I'm not a leper. I have to.
No, you didn't wait by yourself.
So the real question is, you know, there was that little speculation, you know, everybody's, you know, dying to know if you've remarried and who you married.
It's everywhere. It's not getting news now.
Are you sure?
At some point, we run away from saying it, but now it's everywhere. You know, like I said, I crashed and I have to move on, and I'm married. I am.
So how's it been so far? I mean, it's from what we see in the news and social media. It's like love renewed, Valentine hanging out. I'm like,
it's
okay,
been great.
This is the life.
Don't make me blush. It's been great.
Okay.
It's been great actually, but you know, learning from one's mistake, you need to be cautious. You need to be more. How am I going to put it now? You need to be extraordinarily careful. I don't live my life for the media.
Yeah.
Okay. So whatever I put out is what I want you to see. And you don't judge based on what you're seeing. So I just feel, I've been happy with it. It's about myself and the person I'm married to. It's about how we feel. It's not about how people feel. A lot of people have their reasons and their sentiments about it. I've heard a lot, I've read a lot, but I don't care. It's about who I am, and my happiness comes first.
Yeah.
All right then.
Excellent. I think on that note, that's...
yeah, that does sum it up.
Yeah.
Because in the end, your happiness is what's important.
It doesn't matter.
But then, of course, you know, there was a lot of speculation on the emotions of both parties and how you handled it.
Yeah,
whether you handled it the right way.
Personally, when it happened, I have another strong tutelage and mentorship. So I spoke to I had people who guided me through the storm. So it was really a tough battle, but we're here. We survived it. We survived it.
I think it's interesting that you would say, talk about mentorship, because a lot of times people in the limelight, you know, celebrities, actors, musicians, they go through a lot of stuff and they really don't have people to talk to or people that they can trust. So you actually talking about mentors that you have is actually quite instructive, maybe for others as well.
I grew under some people. I grew under proper guidance. So I hardly can, not like I am not man enough to take decisions for myself, but I hardly can do one or two things without consulting people, because you don't want to make a mistake again. If it happens once, people might see it as a mistake. If it happens twice, then you are the mistake. It's not circumstance anymore. So you need to be properly guided and guided. So that's what I did.
Yeah. I think we should be getting ready to go to the kitchen now.
Yes, indeed, we should. And you mentioned African food before, but today is Wednesday. In the studio on Wednesdays, we're very healthy people.
Okay.
So we have some healthy food going on in the kitchen.
So
Hope you're ready.
You went all the way to America to look for amala. Now that you're back home.
I believe we should go to the kitchen now.
Okay. Please join us.
All right, thank you.
Be prepared.
All right.
All right. So Mary and Modupe, please.
Thank you.
All right, so this is Modupe from So Fresh.
Hello, hi. Good morning.
Good morning.
And everything you're seeing here is healthy.
Yeah. And we made everything right here in the kitchen.
Yeah. And fresh.
Yeah.
All right.
And Mike is also coming in with Konga to join us right now.
All right.
The boss is here. We're just getting ready.
The energy is too much.
Please.
All right.
Let's give him a chair.
Yeah, right there.
Thank you.
Brotherly.
Whoa.
Brotherly.
That's good.
Brotherly.
All right, so welcoming you both to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. We made a tuna and egg sandwich.
Yes, tuna and egg sandwich and a couple of exotic parfait.
Exotic.
Yes,
Parfait. So
All healthy for your heart, good for your heart, good for
yummy.
Very awesome.
activity.
Just stop. Just stop.
I'm just saying so that
Yummy, you need to stop now.
I need to stop.
If only we could rewind.
All right, so tell us about it.
Okay, so I just have tuna and egg with bread to make it as healthy as possible. It has a combination of vegetables in it, so there's lettuce and some other things. Okay. And here is yogurt and coconut flakes, fruits, grapes, and apples.
The blueberries are the most
the
exciting.
blueberries are right on top of it.
I don't know why you made only 2 of these, though.
Yeah, well, we have 2 guests. You know you're not a guest here anymore. Remember we talked about men and chores today, so you could do some of the chores and not eat the food.
I'll suggest you take the bread first.
What?
So we're gonna be there. They will be watching us.
Yes.
No, I'm not watching you.
What are you doing?
If you don't want to, just pass it.
Your mic is not like that.
Right. And as you're tasting this, at this point, we have to bring the show to a close.
Yeah.
Well, if you're watching us right now, we are giving away 2 cups of parfaits today, and
you can just take a quick picture of what you can see on the screen and come to the Ikoyi store. That's number 92, Awolowo Way, Ikoyi. Right. So Fresh building.
Like, I'm going with you.
Yes,
I'm going with you.
This is what the perfect cup looks like.
I would like to present this to you. Happy married life. I'd like you to give it to your wife.
Thank you. I'll be thank you.
That's so kind. All right, we have to go now. Thank you so much to all our guests for joining us this morning.
Of course. Our friends at Homely NG, thank you for the kitchen accessories, and of course, Fola's Place for styling our hair. Mary and I couldn't do this without you.
No.
And don't forget to come in for your carton of power oil if you were part of the workout session. We are closing it tomorrow.
Yeah,
all the remaining power oil,
we're also closing the Kellogg's Easter Challenge today at 2 p.m. So make sure you upload your video before then. So
the hashtag Kellogg's Easter Challenge, and of course, Wake Up Nigeria. We'll be back again tomorrow.
7 a.m.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
How is it?